we recommend the peat pellets to get them up in the spring because they won't come up in that cold, wet soil, but also use the peat pellets in the fall because they have hot weather dormancy, meaning that if the temperature is above 80 degrees, they just won't come up. And you can plant a row as long as this room, and you'll get 5 or 6 total that'll come up out of 500 seed in a long row. So you really don't want to plant it outside. Just start inside. It comes up in 3 days in the peat pellets. And if you can find it in a nursery that grows it to be planted the 1st of August, then that's fine. Get it at the nursery. If you can't find it, just grow your own. Now remember, the rest of the fall garden crops we plant the 1st of July, the carrots and the broccoli and cauliflower and other things, and the beets and so on. But remember this, if you plant it 1st of July, it's too hot, and it'll grow just fine, and then it'll all go to seed before you get into nice, cool fall weather. So plant it the 1st of August. And we started inside the 1st of August in the peat pellets. It's up in 3 days. The day it comes up, so it won't etiolate and get tall and spindly, you move it right out into the heat and just water it frequently. And again, we use something like this to water it. And because the peat pellets don't have much nutrition at all, there's of course nutrition in the seed, but pretty soon that's gone. And so I just take this 30-10-10 or the ammonium sulfate, but the 30-10-10 is the best, and that's what I use in here. And I just use 1/8 of a teaspoon in this, shake it up, then open the spigot, and you can water with it. And then everything you're going to plant inside will have great vigor. I don't put the fertilizer in till the plant's up and growing, but in 3 days it's up and growing. So then you fertilize with it when you water, and the plant is very vigorous when you plant it out into the ground. And that's the lettuce. And so what other thing? You remember, it's a cold weather crop, so you water it twice a week. It does fine in the heat of the summer in August, starting it then. But by the time it's maturing, it's cooled off, and then you get great quality. If it matures in the heat of summer, it tends to go to seed quickly and is much stronger tasting. In the fertilizer, just use the fertilizer we've talked about before, and that's just fertilize once before you plant with the 16-16-8 and ironite and sulfur, and that will do just fine.